local forecasts, weather information you can plan on, only on the Weather Channel.
We've had severe weather extending from North Dakota all the way into Kansas Sunday evening, and now the folks in Chicago and in Milwaukee need to watch as these storms track your way. Let's take a look at some video out of Minneapolis, St. Paul. Well, not Minneapolis, this is Monticello, Minnesota, northwest of Minneapolis, St. Paul, where you can see the rain and the wind that pelted the town earlier in the evening. A wind gust of nearly 50 miles an hour was measured at the Twin Cities Airport. And earlier we had a report that in the town of Robbinsdale there was a city festival going on with thousands of people there, and the siren sounded, and hopefully everybody made it safely to some cover, underneath some cover. All right, now looking at the water vapor loop, and I'm not sure if I can get this, let's see if I can get, there we go, in motion for you. Here are the storms. They're very easy to pick out right now. Here's the upper level low. Here are the storms, and looks like they are tracking off to the east. It might take a while to get to Milwaukee and to Chicago, but by the morning hours, it's possible those storms could be there along this front. This is a pretty strong front, although Monday it's going to start to weaken somewhat. Now, we do have a lot of juice to work with. I mean, we're talking dew points of the 70s out ahead of this front. So the front is going to act on those dew points, and we're going to have the possibility of maybe some severe weather again tomorrow afternoon. I wanted to point out Tropical Storm Claudette, though. At 50 past the hour, we'll have the complete tropical update, but I just wanted to mention it, especially for the folks along the coastal areas here who I'm sure are keeping an eye on this storm. Tropical Storm Claudette is drifting to the north very slowly, and the forecast is for it to continue to do that. And it doesn't have much of a steering flow right now. So when this front finally gets it to the east coast, let's say in the next day or two, probably by Tuesday into Wednesday, and if this is still drifting to the north, it'll pick it up and take it off to the northeast, just like Bill and Anna, the two storms before Tropical Storm Claudette. So until it does that, though, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll let you know. Hurricane Hunter aircraft are going back out again Monday to investigate the area, but it's still a very minimal tropical storm, winds at 45 miles per hour. All right, back to severe weather. Again, with following this front and a direct line from the Gulf of Mexico, we're going to see thunderstorms develop in the Mississippi Valley. So folks in Chicago, again, beware. Morning thunderstorms, and then maybe to Indianapolis by the afternoon. Some of these could be severe. We may not see the severe weather we saw Sunday in the Midwest, but we could see some isolated pockets of severe and definitely some heavy rainfall tomorrow afternoon. Again, with dew points that high, any rain you get could be pretty heavy, that's for sure. But tonight, some areas could see a half-inch here, and some localized effects we could see up to an inch or so. Temperatures in the 70s. I'm going to say dew points in the 70s, but dew points are also going to be in the 70s. That's why we're seeing temperatures in the 70s tonight. 60s all the way to the northern plains, cooling off here as the front has come through and the upper level trough back in here, and it's going to be 30s in the mountains. So if you're trying to get some of the camping in, hopefully you dressed appropriately for that. But look at the 90s now in the northern plains, or the northwest, and 90s into the Ohio Valley. Now heat indices, I wanted to make sure we had this in there because especially the folks in the northeast where you haven't seen too much of this, tomorrow and the next day or two it's going to be pretty hot. Dew points are going to be pretty high. Humidity is going to be up there. So you have to watch out for the heat index, and that just is telling you that your body can't cool off as it normally does when you have heat indices this high, especially in the extreme caution and danger range here in Louisiana and East Texas. So just take it easy. And it's mainly because we have this huge ridge here over the Ohio Valley, and that's going to shift eastward. So we're going to keep it hot in the northeast at least through Tuesday with high dew points, high humidity, and it's this trough here in the Great Lakes will cool it down somewhat, but we will also keep it hot here in the plains and the northwest. All right, here's some warning signs for heat exhaustion: general weakness, heavy sweating, dizziness, fainting, and muscle cramps. So if you're experiencing any of these, please, seek help. You're probably suffering from heat exhaustion. And this time of the year, it's probably good to check on the elderly to make sure they're doing okay too. Well, coming up, we're going to take a look at the extended forecast and let you know what the temperatures are going to be in your neighborhood. Stay with us.